dead, by the way.
Why would you say chivalry is dead?
Well, see, here's the thing.
I feel like the biggest thing I'm learning from this is that they just never wanted to do that. They never wanted to hold the door for us, or to give up their seats for us, or to be nice or courteous in any way. Men were only doing that before, actually because they were probably scared of what other men would do to them if they weren't courteous towards women. But there's no social, expectation for that type of courtesy anymore with the environment that we're in now, with the political landscape that we're in now too. And I think it's hard specifically with the US because different parts of the US just have different courtesy and different levels of warmth towards strangers as well. But this made me think of the whole women and children first. It made me look into it because I was curious. I was where did that come from, and is it really helpful? And so this is what I found. But from what I'm finding, the children and women first thing, it's more of a social script than it is something that people are required to do in an emergency. And the evidence shows that men generally survive natural disasters more than women and children do. Okay. It says the researchers analyzed 18 of the world's most famous disasters, ranging from the HMS Birkenhead that grounded in the Indian Ocean in 1852 to the MV Bulgaria tourist ship that sank on Russia's Volga River last year. And the Birken ship crash, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that was the first time they ever administered let's save the women and children first. And the only reason why they kept using it is because it worked. And they were able to save a lot more people when they used that order. Anyway, okay. Analyzing passenger list, logs, and registers, the researchers found that men have a distinct survival advantage. Out of the 15,000 people who died in the 18 accidents, only 17.8% of the women compared with 34.5% of the men. And three of the shipwrecks, all of the women died. And then specifically with the Titanic, out of about the 1,400 people that perished with the Titanic, 73.3% of women and 50.4% of children survived, compared to only 20.7% of men. The captain of that ship, though, he threatened to shoot men who weren't yielding to the women and children, so that's a big reason why the percentage is very skewed compared to the other evidence they found. But they said that also only in 5 of the 18 disasters, captains gave an order to prioritize the rescue of women and children. But all of this ties into the thinking too of, because we've ruined the world with our feminism, and now that men don't want to give us our seats, we should go back to being stay-at-home wives. That's the pipeline that those types of creators that are saying that want women to fall down, even if they don't realize that's what they're doing. That's what the pipeline is currently. I know this has already been said before, but the biggest thing, not the biggest thing, but one of the things that worries me the most about the romanticizing of being a stay-at-home mom is that I feel people are dressing it up like it's easy, and that it's just a fun thing to do when it's a job. Being a parent is a 24/7 job that you never get a break from. At least when you get to go clock in at a job, you get to clock in and out of your shift. When you're a stay-at-home parent, you don't get a break. And that's why too, if you've seen dads who talk about that they weren't the stay-at-home parent and then it switched, or they just had the experience where they were the stay-at-home parent because their wife went on vacation or something, they just don't realize how much work it is until they're forced to do it as well. But like, the average housewife is going to be doing the job of being a surrogate, giving birth, you know, breastfeeding the child. She's probably going to be doing, you know, the cooking and the cleaning and the childcare. So what? That's like cook, chef, maid, sex worker. And I feel like there's also this connotation with like, oh, we've ruined the world with our like feminism, so we have to fix it because like that will finally make men happy with us, or like we'll finally be like good enough for them, basically, is like the underlying connotation. And that's the way that a relationship works with a narcissist. With a narcissist, you can never be good enough for them or do enough for them or impress them. Everything is just written off as like maybe not, like sometimes not that impressive, or like you're just basically not doing enough. So I honestly feel like women, we can't fix the patriarchy because we didn't create it. And the only thing that's gonna work for that, for them actually finally feeling good enough, is them working on themselves and them men talking to each other, in my opinion. Because if us like really working and like fixing the patriarchy, like if women, I feel like if we really could end it, it would already be ended. Like it would already be gone, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that women don't also hold up the patriarchy, because we do in a lot of ways, but because we didn't create it, we can't fully take it apart. That's just, it's not possible.